name's Cornelius Booker. Some people call me Cornbread. I take part in the ancient Japanese sport of sumo wrestling. Back in my high school years, I wrestled for Bay High School. I wrestled in the 171 weight class. I only wrestled for 3 years. I didn't start till my sophomore year. Towards my senior year, I was considered one of the better wrestlers for my weight class in the state. In fact, I was expected to go to state that year. Well, things didn't quite go as planned. In regions, I made a dumb mistake that cost me the match and go to basically wrestle in consies, and then I couldn't make it out of consies and missed going to state. Pretty devastating, because that was, at the time, my dream. Well, later on, after that whole incident with wrestling, I started looking at sumo wrestling again, found out that it wasn't just something done in Japan, it was actually something done in the US. In fact, you didn't have to be a big guy to compete. There's actually weight classes like wrestling. My first match just so happened to be against a Bulgarian champion. You can guess how that went.
Good job, man.
But after that, got a couple other matches against some US guys. Did pretty well against them. I actually got a couple wins. So kept on training, doing what I could do. At the time, I was pretty much the only person in Florida who wanted to do sumo. So it's hard to, not exactly the easiest thing to do when you're the only person training for it. But I did the best I could. Just applied a lot of wrestling drills and techniques to my training. The sport's fun. It's not quite the same as wrestling, but I feel like that sport might be able to fill in that little void that I had from missing state back in high school. There is no state in sumo where the sport's too small for that. So there's nationals. There's nationals, which is held every year. I actually recently placed in nationals this year, third place. Then the top people of each weight class from nationals, they have the chance to go to this world competition. Normally it's the World Sumo Championship, but there's also some other big international competitions that doesn't happen every year that nationals will qualify you for. One of those things is the World Games, which is like the Olympics, but it has sports that the Olympics doesn't have yet, that they're trying to make an Olympic sport. Sumo is one of those sports. The other is the World Combat Games, which is, as it sounds, it's competition with combat-based sports. is the U.S. Sumo Open that's held in Long Beach, California. That competition actually brings in a lot of people to not only compete, but a lot of people to actually spectate it. Like you got a lot, like people from different parts of the country to come and watch this international competition on an international level. Somehow I managed to reach it to top 4 in the lightweight division. My only losses were against two Russians and an Egyptian. That's pretty good in my opinion. So especially for a first year. And I actually got on the local newspaper for that. My goal for high school wrestling was to make it to state and place in state. I feel the equivalent for this would be to compete in the World Combat Games, or the World Sumo Championships and place in it. In addition, the U.S. Sumo Open, one of the biggest international competitions held, my goal for that is to be able to actually get first place in that competition. You know, sometimes not everything goes as planned, as you wanted it, as you dreamed it to be. But if everything went as you wanted exactly, then there's no challenge to it, no point for it, no glory in it. Even if you suffer one of the most devastating losses ever, like so devastating you don't even want to show your face again. No, I was there. I was definitely there. But sometimes you just gotta pick yourself up, dust yourself off, just keep on trying, keep pushing, just keep moving until you reach that ultimate goal that you've been working for, you've been striving for. And that's when it actually feels like you've accomplished for.